Raven Ashcroft here. We're going to talk about trickster gods and why they are so much fun. Now, for a person that doesn't understand the meaning of a trickster is kind of like that mischievous, like, basically think mischievous, sometimes like the Joker, sometimes like a real prankster, not the fake idiots that today think is pranks, not the unfunny stuff, the real funny stuff, the real, like, pulled your legs kind of stuff, and you go like, dang it, what? But you'd be laughing. You'd be laughing with him. So, think that. There's one that everybody in this planet knows, and it's also thanks to Marvel that they know this character. So, Loki. Loki is a very complex and confusing individual, if you can say anything at all about him. Or her, depending. Now, Loki, depending on the situation, could be a male or a female. He literally was the one that came up with a plan to get even with the frost giants. He put Thor in replace of, is it Freya or God? Which one was it? Please help me in the comments because I'm forgetting. But basically, there was a goddess that the frost giants wanted so badly to marry and get integrated into the family of Asgard that they were like, we demand this person to marry us. So, Loki, in his brilliance in crazy Joker style, decided to make Thor that goddess. Literally cross-dressed Thor as that goddess. The frost giants were so stupid, so godforsaken stupid, that they literally did not tell the difference. They couldn't tell the difference. Like, and Thor, with his best female voice, was basically just giving like the, oh, well, I did this and that, and this is why I look this way. And they fell for it. So, Loki's having fun. He's just basically having fun humiliating his own brother a little bit. And, well, Thor goes down. And the marriage is pretty much under its way. The frost giant and him apparently marry. And during the honeymoon, or during the time right after, Thor takes out his hammer and kills the son of a bitch really bad. He just kills him. So, that's one story. Loki's also responsible for 3 children. 3 children that helped in the cause of the destruction of all the gods in Ragnarok. And one of the most famous one is Fenrir. Fenrir the wolf. Think, how to put Fenrir in perspective of size. Fenrir, during Ragnarok, was responsible for eating the sun and biting Tyr's hand off. Because Tyr went to battle with him and lost. Got his hand or arm chomped off. Yeah, yikes for Tyr. But the one that really died to him was Allfather Odin. We'll get to him eventually, but Loki is the very catalyst to the gods during Ragnarok. And the reason why he really didn't give a flying fuck about them during Ragnarok was because Odin actually ordered Loki to be tortured for all eternity, literally basically hack him to pieces, and he basically gets put back together and hacked again for all eternity. Fenrir being Loki's son, really hated the gods because the gods chained him up and made him really... It wasn't a fun time for the wolf. And when they thought the chains were going to hold him. But Fenrir had been basically moving and working with this chain for a long time. Been basically pulling it. And then Fenrir knew he was going to break it. But he pretended to be chained. And at the last second, Allfather came over to try to finish him off in a most cowardly way, and I will say this, most cowardly way, was going to hack the wolf while it was chained up. Well, Allfather got his ass kicked. And, well, Ragnarok is the end of all the gods. And basically, Loki is... I forget if Loki dies in this, or he just basically is the last remaining god to live. And he's just, like, kind of depressed, because he's kind of like Joker when Batman is supposedly dead, and Joker's like, fuck, what do I do now? That's pretty much it. Coyote, or as many of you call Coyote. Coyote is the Native American version of a Loki-like character. It's a trickster god. Like, Coyote is a fun god. Will get you in trouble, maybe not, maybe so. Depends on the day, depends on what Coyote wants to do. I call him Coyote because that's how my friend from a long time ago that has native blood literally calls him, and I am going to stick to it. There's so many, but they all have things in common. They're just mischievous. They cause trouble. They might fix trouble, but they'll cause it in the meantime to have a little fun, because life is too boring to not have fun. Life is not fun when you don't smile and you don't laugh. Sound kind of familiar? Kind of like a jokester? Yeah. Jokester, in my opinion, in comic books, is kind of like the new version of a trickster. Like a trickster god, because he kind of, like, no matter what, he's going to have a way of escaping. He's going to have a way of living. But he's all about that chaos. Which brings us to another category of gods that I'll discuss soon. Blessed be, so mote it be.